Hey y'all, I'm Laura.
I'm Katrina.
And welcome to Do It For The Bit, where we have been surviving through snowstorms since 99.
Yep, surviving, thriving, emergency preparedness since 99.
Oh my gosh.
It was, whew.
So,
Today we're going to be sharing the perils of the
2021.
2021 Valentine's Day. It wasn't a day, it was a whole week. Snowstorm. In Texas. The winter storm.
The winter storm. That whenever everyone was like, oh, in Texas, the winter storm, this winter storm.
Yeah, whenever, everyone found out that Texas had a private power grid and
Yeah.
it was on its last leg.
And yeah, it was...
and the whole country found out. I was like, oh, that sucks. It's
Yeah.
like, come on, man.
Dude, I remember people in, New York were like, y'all should just have better infrastructure. I'm like, bitch, we can't. Our elected officials don't like us, man.
people, everyone's like, oh yeah, sucks that all those Republicans are gonna freeze to death. And I'm like, hey, hold on.
It's like, no, man, they're in Cancun, bro.
They're in Cancun.
They're not
Ted
here.
Cruz has left.
Yeah, they're not here, man.
Literally, yeah, all those Republicans are gonna freeze Texas. I can't say I'm gonna shed a tear. And it's like, man, do you realize that there are lots of good people in Texas that are just normal people?
Yeah, that we're just, it's a diverse diverse country. It's a diverse state with lots of different people in it.
And you shouldn't wish anyone to freeze to death.
That's awful.
That's awful.
Y'all are cruel.
That was really funny. But also at the same time, I'm like, I don't know. If I was living in New York, I'd be like, ha.
Oh, Texas. And all the Texans were like, please, I just want to be warm. Anyways. I want to bring up one more thing about that. Whenever Ted Cruz was like, yeah, I'll believe in global warming whenever Texas freezes over. And then Texas froze over. And he's like, I still don't believe.
Yeah.
That guy sucks.
It's almost like he's not a man of his word.
Oh, what? No way.
It's almost like he doesn't have a spine.
It's almost like he's a spineless little guy.
I can't believe we kept re-electing a jellyfish. Brainless and spineless.
A little blobfish.
I hate
a little blobfish.
Ugh. Anyways.
So, we're going to be talking about the winter storm of 2021.
The winter storm of 2021. It was super interesting. Imagine going through, a catastrophe that literally no one around you is used to, and you're also only in a college environment. So you have college level resources.
Yeah, so all your friends, there's no parents to reach out to. There's no, grown-ups to reach out to.
Nobody knows how to fucking drive.
Yeah, so we're just like, well, I got me and I got my friends.
And that's it.
And who's to say after that?
We got Moxie. We got Spunk.
We got Spunk. We got Ambition. But Lord, do we not have much else?
We don't have any, because it's not like college students have a nice stocked up supply of canned goods.
No,
they barely have the next meal, if that.
We're rocking with old pasta, a can of or a little jar of capers, and a slice of ham.
Yeah,
that's about it for groceries. So we're just gonna go through our experience living through that, because it's almost the 2-year anniversary of this horrific event that we lived through.
And honestly, horrific, but also super entertaining.
It was very funny. We made it fun.
we made it fun, but also we cried. But we also had fun.
Once we got through it, many tears were shed. But in the moment, it was stressful and scary. But it was also kind of silly and kind of fun.
Yeah. And you know what? A winter storm where no one's prepared, it's great to have a couple of Girl Scouts in your squad,
in your corner,
especially the kind of Girl Scouts who only camped in the winter because that's when it was cheaper and there's no one to compete with.
We know a few things.
We knew a thing or two about a thing or two.
So yeah, this will probably be broken up into 2 or 3 episodes. We don't know yet.
Yeah,
but stay tuned.
All right,
so let's set the scene, okay? It is February 13th.
Valentine's Day Eve.
Valentine's Day Eve, better known as Galentine's Day.
Galentine's Day.
Now, all of us were single at the time, so we said, hey guys, come on over to my house, and let's watch a movie, let's have fun, let's
get silly.
Let's just spend time with the people we love, aka our besties.
Yeah, aka just a group of single women.
A group of single women who only talk to each other in parties, in public.
That move in a herd.
Yeah, it's just us 4 against the world.
Yeah.
So we come over to my place.
Okay.
Oh, well, okay, yeah. So I'm like, hey guys, come on over. we're gonna watch a movie, we're gonna eat dinner, whatever. And, you know,
should we set up the cast of characters?
Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so first...
So there's a house.
There's a house called the O2.
The O2. The house contains Laura, Lopak, Parker, and Isabel. Okay. People who are participating and in the house on Galentine's Day is Laura
and Lopak.
Mm-hmm. Laura and Lopak invite me and Minsaw over.
Yes.
Me and Minsaw live in separate apartments in
West Campus.
So that's what we're working with here.
Yeah.
Parker and Isabel are not home.
Parker wasn't at the house. He was hanging with friends.
He was hanging with a friend for like Valentine's Day or something. He was hanging with a friend. And then Isabel was with her boyfriend.
Yes. Out and about. So it was the 4 ladies at the house.
Okay.
So I text them like, hey guys, you know what? Come on over. We're going to watch a movie. Blah, 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 blah. Ooh, amazing.
And also, oh my gosh, it might snow tonight.
It might snow a little.
How fun.
We're excited, you know, because I think at that point they had canceled school.
Yeah.
Because that was a Monday or a Sunday? It's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday. Okay.
So February 13th, 2021 is a Saturday.
Yeah.
Now, we're like, ooh, it's going to snow. It's going to be fun. It's the weekend. Woo. It's great. We love it. We love it. And at that point, it had kind of started to snow a little bit because
it started to snow and it started sleeting and raining a little bit earlier. And I was like, oh, it's really getting kind of dicey out there. But you know, this will blow over by morning.
Yeah, like
if it might be unwise to go on the roads right now, but like it's such a short distance.
Yeah, it's like a mile, if that. And the thing is also is like we have gotten like disappointed by snow like storms so many times. We're like in like high school and stuff, they'd be like, guys, it's gonna snow, it's gonna ice,
stay off the roads.
Yeah, like don't do anything. Then we wake up and it's like nothing happened.
It's nothing stuck to the ground. Everything immediately evaporated.
Or if it didn't even snow at all.
Yeah.
It's so like we know, like we're like, okay, like it's not really gonna snow that much.
Texans
maybe a little.
Continuously, like our whole childhood just blue-balled by weather.
I was gonna say we're getting edged.
We're just getting edged and blue-balled by various weathermen.
Snow. And we're like, oh, we're gonna wake up and we're gonna see snow, and we don't. We're like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Still no school. That's awesome.
Yeah. But
this
time
we're like,
you said come over.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it looks really bad out there, but man, you know what? I probably should start my car anyway since it's cold.
It's just a little chilly. Wait, did Minsaw drive by herself?
Yeah.
She drove herself.
Yeah.
So Minsaw had come over, or did she come after you?
I don't know. We both drove over.
Yeah.
And I hit the roads from my West Campus apartment to head over to Laura's house.
Yeah.
And I got on Guad and immediately lost control of my vehicle. On the way, like this catastrophe of a week had just started. I had already lost control of my vehicle just going over for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I felt like I could hear my mom yelling at me, What are you doing, you moron?
Yeah.
Stay home. Stay off the roads. No one in Texas knows how to drive on ice.
No one knows how to drive on ice.
Especially in Austin and like Houston, like no one.
We don't got to deal with ice.
We're silly little Southerners, and we have no idea what we're doing.
Yeah,
like
we just know like drive slow.
We don't like drive slow, and then we hear the general advice of if you start sliding to turn in the direction you're sliding.
Yeah,
but I don't know if that means turn your wheel. Like I don't know which way.
We watched a video on this of like how to like, then they're like turn your like. I don't know, man. I just know that I need to turn my wheel. I just don't know which way.
But okay, so I'm on the way to Valentine's Day, February 13th. It's not snowed really, but there is ice everywhere.
There's ice everywhere, and it's sunset. Like the sun is setting. It's getting dark.
Yeah, it was basically like last light whenever I was driving.
Yeah.
And I had never lost control of my vehicle before.
That's scary. And you drive a big car.
I drive a well, I'm not gonna dox myself. Well, whatever.
Dox yourself.
I drove a Ford Expedition.
That's a huge ass car,
That's
man.
a huge ass car.
Doesn't it have assisted driving?
Well, this is an older
assisted
car.
turning.
Assisted turning. Oh yeah, the steering wheel is super sensitive because it's a huge car.
Yeah.
I would not have the muscle to drive.
Your little womanly arms
are huge. No, my so I'm driving a Ford Expedition on Guad, that is covered in ice. I lose control of and I'm going maybe like 5 miles an hour. I've never driven this slow in my life. Like, I've probably parallel parked faster than I have driven this slow. Like, I was driving so slow, and I still, my car, literally, I was going straight, and it's just, the part I was on,
straight road.
It's a straight shot on this part of Guad. And my car just starts drifting off. And it was like the funniest feeling. I was like, well, there's no need to panic because I can't do anything.
And whenever like your car drifts, it's like, well, I guess we'll just sit this one out for a little bit.
I guess we'll just see what happens. So my car starts drifting off towards the curb. Luckily, there's no one parked on the side. If there was someone parked, I would have hit them, but it wouldn't have caused any damage. That would have been a little bounce. But I drift off into the curb. I just kind of, once I have like the curb to kind of bounce myself back off of, I turn my wheel.
Air hockey style.
Like whenever the air hockey puck is just loose.
Yeah.
And it just kind of floats around.
And you're like, oh, okay, cool.
That's what my car was.
Nice.
So I get it back on the road and I'm like, whew, I'm not telling my mom I'm out. Like, my mom asks my plans, I'll be like, nope, I'm at home.
I'm chilling at home. It's icy outside.
It's icy outside. I'm not one of those crazy guys that gets on the road. I was one of the crazy guys
on the road.
So I go, I make it there, which is normally a 5-minute drive.
Yeah.
It was like 20 minutes.
I remember I was like, is she coming?
Is she coming?
I remember, the thing is, though, I remember I stepped outside of my house because we have a porch. So I get on the porch and I look around, I'm like, kind of bad weather. And I was like, maybe I shouldn't have asked them to come over. And I was like, nah, like, it's all right.
Yeah,
like, they'll make it. It's fine. Like, whatever.
Little did you know, I was 100 yards away. And
air hockeying.
Inching towards you with no control. But, yeah, so I get there. And, I lose control of the car again. In front of the house. And I have to turn the car in a way so I don't hit Isabel's vehicle.
Yeah.
Which was ridiculous. I felt so bad because I was like, this is gonna be a really stupid reason to hit someone's car. I was just coming over for Galentine's Day.
I just remember you're like, I'm gonna turn into the driveway, and I'm like, okay, like, that's fine because there's no one behind me. And then we had to, like, you had to back up. We had to do, like, a 3.5 point turn.
Yeah, normally a completely normal maneuver. I got in that driveway many a time, but I had, like, I think you and Lopak were helping me.
Yeah, it was so difficult.
Hit, multiple vehicles.
It was very difficult. And then I remember you had parked finally.
Yeah.
You were like, okay, you know what? Well, I made it over. Mensa came over. She didn't really have too much of a hitch, so that was awesome.
Ice will melt and we'll all go home, whatever.
But we were like on the porch, and I remember we saw that Mustang drive past my house
and completely spin out.
And they spun out.
And like I like crashed into like a curb or something, but then like they just disappeared.
Yeah, they left, and we were like, and I remember like, oh my gosh, that's so scary. Oh, that's scary.
Ooh, scary.
Oh, glad that didn't happen to us.
glad that's like probably the last we'll see of any of that sort of shenanigans.
Yeah, like no way that like, I'm like, that's bad, but it's gonna be fine. Like the ice will melt in the morning, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Little did we know the rest of the week would just look like that level of chaos if like
it got
more.
progressively worse.
It got progressively worse. But literally I finally get my car parked, we turn around, and this guy's just spun out.
Yeah. Because he was going really fast.
He was going 20.
He was way too fast on the ice.
Way too fast on ice.
But we get in the house and we're like, okay, cool.
So we all get there. Mensa, me, Laura, Lopak.
I don't remember what we had for dinner. I think we had pizza or something. I don't remember.
We had pizza. I think we also did a taste test of Chef Boyardee fettuccine Alfredo.
We did.
And it was the most disgusting thing I'd ever tasted.
It was.
And Lady Gaga Oreos. Also disgusting.
Oh my gosh, we did. We had the weirdest foods before this shit show of a week.
Yeah.
We were not preparing our bodies well at all.
We were poisoning ourselves before the apocalypse.
Yeah. Katrina had seen these like flaming hot like mac and cheese things.
Yeah, Cheetos had their own flaming hot mac and cheese.
And she was like, oh, it'd be funny to like taste test it. And I was like, so true. And then we couldn't
find them.
Yeah, so we got the Chef Boyardee fettuccine Alfredo.
Because we thought, ew, fettuccine Alfredo in a can. We should try this.
And it tasted exactly like metal.
It tasted like metal. Like
tasted like I was licking the can.
Like I felt like Jackie Kennedy. She looks looks like she eats sheet metal.
I was like, get there.
I felt like I was on the Jackie Kennedy diet.
Just.
But yeah, the noodles were completely like disintegrated into the sauce. Yes, and then the chicken was fake tasting.
Yeah, you would take a bite and it would just like dissolve, and you're like, where's it going?
Where's the noodle out going? I understand it now. The reason the ravioli works is because the acidity of the tomatoes and the
counteracts.
Metal, they work together.
Yes.
But the fettuccine alfredo is creamy. You can't add the metal taste.
Because then it will just absorb.
It just absorbs it and enhances it.
Oh, that's so true.
The fettuccine alfredo is a blank canvas.
Bro, it was whack. It was
so
bad.
disgusting. And I hate wasting food. We couldn't eat it.
No, it was... We put it, we like split it up. We put it in bowls. We got it real nice going, and we're like,
just tossed it.
And then for dessert, we snacked on
Lady Gaga Oreos, which are pink and green. And why didn't they taste like normal vanilla Oreos?
They tasted weird.
Awful.
It was so disappointing because
ours just tasted like the warehouse they probably sat in.
It was so, and we had looked for them multiple times because we wanted to eat them because I was like, oh, I love Lady Gaga.
And I love marketing.
Yeah, so I was like, let's do it. And then we looked so far and wide, we couldn't find them, and we finally found them at like Walgreens.
Yeah.
Ate them. Huge disappointment.
It was so gross. And anyways, then we had Domino's pizza.
And it was awesome. I love Domino's.
It was wonderful. But
and then we were like, you know what we should do?
Fuck around.
We should have some fun, and we should reenact one of our favorite scenes.
Well, okay, what happened was...
Wait, yeah, how do we get there?
Okay, how we got there was... I don't know why we didn't think to, like, have wine or drinks or anything. I don't know...
Yeah, because we were both 21 at the time.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't think to, like,
Dr. Pepper.
We had Dr. Pepper, like, ooh, nice.
It was sleepover style.
This was truly sleepover antics for Valentine's
Day.
No alcohol or anything.
Awesome.
But we were trying to come up with, like, a fun game to play, and what we decided was we had this big whiteboard, and we just wrote a bunch of dares on the whiteboard.
Oh,
and then we had a Nerf gun.
Mm-hmm.
I am describing a sleepover, but anyways, we were all 21. But the person would have the Nerf gun and close their eyes and spin around like 15 times, and then once they were in front of the whiteboard, they'd shoot at the whiteboard, and whatever their bullet landed on or was like closest to, they had to do that dare.
Bro, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
Wasn't one of them like go outside barefoot? Like
one of them was go outside with your shirt off, which you did.
I did, because I'm a beast.
Well, okay. And the thing was, the dares sucked because we couldn't think of any dares, so we were like Googling dares.
Yeah, and it was all like sexy dares.
It's like twerk to the happy birthday song.
And it's like, girl.
I'm pretty sure Lopek got that, but she's like, I don't care, I'll do it.
Yeah, and it's
like, oh, way to go, Lopek. Yay.
Yeah, it was hard to think of dares because we're all just like silly guys. Because it wasn't like it wasn't
There's
like
no men there either, so it'd be like, kiss the person next to you.
Yeah,
we're just hanging out.
Girl, we're just hanging. We're at a sleepover right now, man.
There's not much you can do.
I mean, yeah, we're not young enough to where it's like weird or like where it's silly to do like those like silly things like wet willies and whatever. So it was just like an awkward time.
It's almost like maybe this is the reason why adults don't do sleepovers.
No, that can't be it.
But anyways, one of them was like, yeah, twerk to happy birthday. I think Lopek did that. We're like, all right, cool.
Well, thank you, Lopek.
Thank you, Lopek. Thank you for the show. And then Laura got go outside with your shirt off.
Yeah. Which
I guess is like a really nice dare considering it was like 9 degrees outside.
Yeah.
So Laura went out with her shirt off.
Killed that.
Mine was ass. Mine was like go outside and yell that you're orphaned. I just went outside and yelled that I was orphaned. I was like, great, I just disturbed people. Ooh. Anyways, so and then I think it was Minsaw that landed on reenact a scene from The Social Network, which was not a dare we got off live. That was an original.
Yeah, because we love The Social Network.
We love The Social Network. I think Lopek is the #1 fan of The Social Network.
We're
casual fans.
We're silly little guys who just like it. We think it's good.
I think it's a great movie.
It's very funny. It's very well done. It's very entertaining. Awesome. Way to go, David Fincher. Killed it.
Great score as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
The ending score is like the do do It's so good.
It's awesome.
So with the scene, was it any scene or was it just that one scene?
I
don't remember.
I think on the board, I don't have a picture of the board, but I think the board said Prada
Fuck you flip-flops?
Yeah, I think it said fuck you flip-flop scene.
Yeah.
Prada, yeah.
Product cleaners.
Yeah, okay. So Minsaw gets that one, and we're like, you know what?
This isn't that fun.
This game we're playing is super lame. But I think we should just put all of our energy and all of our pussies into recreating this one scene from The Social Network.
And we did.
And we did.
We spent like an hour.
We spent a very long time doing
analyzing this scene. And the thing is, in this scene, there's only like 3 people, okay? Yeah. There's Andrew Garfield, there's Justin Timberlake, and Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah.
However, there's also the cameraman.
There's also the cameraman.
And there's 4 of us.
There's 4 of us.
But we all want to be in it, all right? We all want to make history here.
Yeah.
So we
Instagram Reels only run for...
No, we did this on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
We did this on TikTok, and before we... Wait, you know what else we did?
What?
We also did the Coca-Cola coffee taste test on IGTV, when that was still a thing.
On IGTV, we did do the Coca-Cola coffee taste test. It was fine. I was like, whatever.
I didn't like it at all.
It was bad, but it was also like, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a part of our taste test journey.
It was very fun. But anyway, so we're like, okay, so we have a multitude of platforms going on. Yeah. So we're posting some videos to TikTok. We're posting some videos to IGTV because Reels isn't a thing right now.
Yeah.
So we decide to break, because on TikTok you can only do, I think at that point it was like 30 seconds.
Something like that. And also, our friend group has a policy that Instagram is meant to confuse more than it is for slaying or sharing memories with your friends. Like, we believe that Instagram stories are meant to confuse more than anything.
If I post on my Instagram story and you're confused, my mission has been accomplished. Yeah. You don't need to know anything that's going on.
That's my business.
Yeah, as long as you're just seeing it and you're like, huh?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Good.
Perfect. My job's done.
So what we decided was we were going to break up this scene where Andrew Garfield is confronting Jesse Eisenberg over being pushed out of Facebook. And so we decided to break the scene up, but into like little increments for TikTok and stuff. But we decide to switch characters each time.
Every time. So and we had a lineup of sorts. So, you know, you go from Andrew Garfield to Justin, or to you know, I think Jesse Eisenberg, then Justin Timberlake, to cameraman, whatever.
Yeah, you'd rotate through.
You got your different spots, but it's really fun because in some spots
you'd be yelling at yourself in the next clip.
It would cut and it's to yourself. And we studied this like shot for shot. We're like, okay, at this point, you're gonna pull back your head and the camera's gonna move like this, and we're like, okay, we need to get props.
We're gonna get a desk. We're gonna get a laptop. We're gonna get headphones.
Like
he's gotta be wired in. I need to have a mug like JT.
We put our whole pussies in it. Okay, we slayed.
And what's crazy is it doesn't look good.
The thing is, I don't care because it's so camp that it's a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece.
It's actually better than the first scene.
I think it's better. And also, because we were doing it on TikTok, like, you could hear, I think it's me, hear me say action. Like, we're... Action? At the beginning of one of the clips. Yeah. It's horrible.
It's perfect.
It's awesome.
And the thing is also, is like...
And also...
Like, why are... Like, we're like, you know what? I love you guys so much. It's almost Valentine's Day. We're gonna remake The Social Network in our image.
And I think there was maybe, like, we never took pause and realized how sad our lives were.
Like, I don't think that's sad at all. I have to completely disagree with that.
I don't think it's sad at all, but I think if I read it on paper, I'd be like, man, that's pathetic.
Bro, if I read that in a book, I'd be like, oh,
they're losers.
But because it's us, I'm like, oh, that's y'all are slay.
That was awesome what we did. Like, 4 single women who nearly crashed cars to get to each other on Valentine's Day.
Because we had one thing to do.
Because we had one thing to do, and that was just to, like,
make
fuck
history.
around. And remake a scene from The Social Network.
It was awesome.
Because we were single and nothing else to do.
But the thing is whoever was the cameraman posted it to their form of social media.
Oh, yeah.
They chose. So Mint Sauce was on TikTok.
Yeah.
Lopax, I think, was also on TikTok.
No, hers was on Instagram, but this is before Lopek really had an Instagram. She had, like, nothing on her Instagram.
Yeah, so Lopac posted hers to Instagram. I posted mine to Instagram, and in our captions, he would say, for part 1, go here. For part 2, go here.
But we also, I think, all posted them on our stories. So no one, like, if you were trying to follow along, you would have to go to multiple different places to just get the scenes in order.
Yeah. They don't exist all in one place. I think I have one on mine, and that's it.
I recently downloaded all of them.
Good. I remember one of the dares was to change your Facebook relationship to it's complicated, and I did that.
Yeah.
And and it was on my Instagram, and I don't think I've ever changed it back. So because I never use Facebook, I barely know how to use it. So, like,
but when you change your status, it notifies everyone.
And I think someone was like, I think one of my uncles was like, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that."
Man.
Bro, I'm busy right now. I'm making art right now, man.
Why don't you shut up? I'm busy.
I'm remaking the social network.
Stop worrying about my it's complicated status on Facebook.
And start liking my art.
Hit that like button, man.
Like and subscribe. And it was awesome.
Yeah, so we did that.
That was honestly a highlight. And then did we go out? I think we went out into the snow a little bit before we watched the movie.
Yes, we ran around in the snow a little bit. Because it had started snowing for real. It wasn't just ice out there. We're like, oh my gosh, it's very beautiful.
It was so beautiful.
It was powdery. It was sticking.
It was so, like, fluffy and untouched and gorgeous.
We had so much fun. We ran around under a street lamp and
took so many selfies. We're like, oh,
this is so cute.
We're never going to see something like this again.
It was all we would see for 6 days.
For a week.
Yeah. But I also, whenever, like, you get cold and you just kind of get the zoomies.
Yeah, and you're like, this feels so good and fresh. Yeah.
We kind of just had cold zoomies and ran around on the street. And we all had...
It was giddy zoomies. We were so giddy and delighted.
Giddy.
We're like, oh!
What a beautiful day. I'm with my friends.
I'm having so much
outside.
fun. Yeah, that was...
And I had a coat and I think boots on.
Yeah.
And not like warm boots, but like rain boots.
Rain boots.
And then I also had gloves. No one else had...
No one had gloves.
No one had gloves. No one had jack shit.
We're
but
Texans.
I did have that.
Yeah.
Mama would have been proud.
Yay.
No, she wouldn't have. She would have been like, why the fuck are you outside?
Hey, you shouldn't have driven there, first of all.
First of all.
But yeah, we're frolicking.
We frolicked.
Fine.
Then we head back inside and we're like, all right, let's settle down, guys. It's movie time.
It's movie time. Everyone shut up. I'm watching a movie here. I don't know what y'all are doing, but I'm watching a movie.
Slumber party, but the movie part of the evening is serious.
It's very important, at least to Laura.
Once again, on paper, very sad evening. To us, a great time.
That was my ideal evening. I don't know which evening would top that TBH, except maybe for yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday we randomly went to a Spurs game, which ended up being the largest NBA game in history, which we did not know until the day of.
Yeah, I dropped it to my coworkers. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the Spurs game tonight, and they are like, what?
The attendance was 68,000.
It was almost 70,000 people at a basketball game. It was crazy.
And for some reason, me, Alec, and Laura, Alec is my boyfriend, we're just like, well, we're here.
Yeah, we had so much fun.
And then after the game, we're like, well, the evening can't stop now. It's only 10 p.m.
I've only had a full day of work.
And Alec and I only had 3 hours in traffic driving directly into the sun.
So let's go watch a movie.
So we went and saw Skinamarink.
I saw it the previous night, and I said, I'm never going to see this movie again. And then I was like, hey guys, it'd be funny if we saw Skinamarink together.
Anyways, I didn't like it.
I liked it a lot. It was very scary, and I almost cried the first time I saw it out of fear. Anyways, moving back to Valentine's Day.
Back to Valentine's Day and our pathetic evening. We frolicked. We went back inside. And we're like, shut up. Lights off. It's movie time.
Uh-huh. So we're sitting there. We pop on Malcolm and Marie, okay? And this movie sucks.
This movie sucks so hard. Like,
it was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
I don't know if any of y'all listening out there have seen Malcolm and Marie, but if you liked it, please DM us and explain, like, your thinking.
Graphic detail. I want a thesis.
I want a thesis.
I want footnotes. I want a 3-page paper minimum.
I want you to defend your stance, because
you are wrong.
You're wrong. I would take you to the debate stand.
And I would eat you alive.
Exactly, because this movie was ass.
It was so bad. It was so annoying. I didn't like it. The writing was, it
literally was just, Sam Levinson literally just complaining about one bad review he had for a movie, and then using 2 black actors as like as like mouthpieces for him complaining about a real life critic.
Yeah.
But he made it about race, so he got away with it. Yeah. Sam Levinson is a white man.
Yeah.
And a Nepo baby.
It's like, bro, you made a bad movie. Just keep it pushing, bro.
It wasn't even a bad movie. It's just this one.
Yeah, it was just this one.
It was like mixed reviews.
Yeah, who was like, I didn't really like it.
And the person who made the review was a woman. And
yeah,
so
she was an Asian woman, I think.
Yeah, and he just felt like he couldn't complain about it, so he made an entire movie.
And he was like, you know what this movie's about? Love. Like, he tried to make it about race. Like a relationship, and it was like, this is a toxic relationship, A. Mm-hmm. And second of all, like, there's no real there's no real thing pushing it forward. Like, the stakes were so low.
It was a 2-hour argument,
and every single time you're like, okay, surely, like, they're gonna push it, they're gonna bring up new points. They don't. They don't.
Same thing over and over again.
It was so annoying, and we get it. You shot in black and white. You're artsy like that. Like,
oh yeah, and Zendaya pees with the door open.
Yeah, like what? Like, we get
very
it.
Indie.
Very
she's cool.
Oh, you know, like,
shut the fuck up.
It was so bad, and I just remember I was like, this is so bad.
I want this to end. I want this to end.
And I remember I was looking over, and I was like, the snow is really coming down, like, really hard right now. Like, it was getting intense. And we were all like, this movie's awful.
There was like, I think 10 minutes left of it.
And then all of a sudden, the power went out.
Zoom.
And we look at each other, and we're like, wait a sec.
Uh-oh.
The power just went out.
And you're like, oh.
The snow is getting really bad.
And I will say, my first thought was, thank God.
Right? It was the worst.
That movie was so bad.
I needed
a break. In the middle
of
a snowstorm, power going out, I was like, oh, thank God. I don't have to listen to them yell at each other anymore.
It's like silver lining.
Silver lining.
We had Malcolm and Marie ended. However, our power was out in the middle of a snowstorm.
And it was like, what, like 9 degrees outside?
It was
something
freezing outside.
It was so cold.
There was a lot of, I think we opened the door at this point, which I think we looked outside real quick, and we were like, oh shit, like, it's a lot higher now. And I don't think anyone else in this, like, all the power's out on the street. I remember
Parker had come home from hanging out with his friend.
Yeah.
In the middle of Malcolm Marie, and he just, like, went to bed.
Yeah.
But I remember when the power went out, we all just stood there, or, like, everyone kind of, like, got up in the living room, and Parker came out in the living room, and we all just kind of stood together in the darkness for a moment, and just kind of had a moment of, like,
this is not gonna be good.
This is not gonna be good.
Like, immediately in that moment, I think we all, like, figured out, like, this is actually really, really bad.
Dangerous.
And, like, we are not gonna have fun anymore. Our fun ended, like, before Malcolm and Marie, but in that moment, we were like, uh-oh. Like, this got real. This just got real.
Shit just got real.
And so,
we didn't step outside.
Did we not?
No, because we were trying to conserve heat.
Smart.
I remember
we're geniuses for that one.
Yeah, our first big brain move was like, wait, don't open the door. The power's out. You'll let the heat out.
But
I just remember Texas home that has almost no insulation.
Yeah, I just remember looking out and seeing how white it was.
It was crazy because it almost looked like early morning. It was like, I think it was like 1 a.m. or something.
Yeah, at this point it was like midnight, 1 a.m.
Yeah. And the outside was glowing yellow-orange
because of all the street lights.
But it was reflecting off of all the snow. And it was, like, so scary looking. I know this must sound so stupid to anyone who lives where there's snow. But to us, it was so scary.
Because I just remember I was like, this, like, it felt so, like, foreboding and, like, eerie. Like, because we were
the
just,
street lights went off, too, a little or there was some light that was shining.
The street lights were on whenever like we were watching the movie for sure. I know that because the movie was on.
Yeah.
But I just remember I was like, something's not right. Like something.
This is bad.
This is going bad very quickly. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, we're standing in the middle of the living room. All of a sudden, all of the fire alarms go off in our house, or the smoke detectors.
Yeah. All the
smoke detectors go off in every single room. I don't know why.
I just don't know how that could possibly happen.
I was like, maybe because the power got cut. Maybe because like, I remember whenever my mom was home, they like the smoke detectors went off whenever my house got flooded. Uh-huh. So I was like, I just remember I was like, are we getting flooded? Like, but we weren't. Mm-hmm. But I don't know what could have tripped that. To this day, I don't know what could have tripped every single smoke detector in that house going off all at once.
Which is such a scary, like, having an alarm going off and having no power.
Having snow outside, there's no way to leave, no way to call for help, really. Yeah. Because there's no real emergency, but you're like, something's off and weird. Mm-hmm. It was really scary. But it's also really funny because we're like, okay, we're trying to get all like we're trying to bring like kitchen chairs upstairs to like turn off the alarm, but then some of us can't reach them. We're like poking with like brooms or something to turn off the alarm. And we're messing around.
We get all of them off.
But yeah, so
I
started messing really hard with the one in my room, right? I'm pressing buttons, I'm moving things around in there. Uh-huh. And then all of a sudden, all of them go off. Except for mine.
Well, yours, it wasn't alarming. It was just letting out this scream.
It was at first. It was an alarm.
Okay, and then
then after messing with it for a while, it turned down.
It turned down into this muted scream.
Teeny noise.
It was still very irritating.
It was very irritating. So we're messing in my room after all of the alarms have finally like turned off. Thank goodness. This was, I don't know how long this affair was. It was like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was a 10-minute ordeal of complete darkness and alarms and trying to turn all of them off. Uh-huh. And we're all just trying to go to bed at this point, and we're
tired and we're cold, and we're like, well, there's nothing to do. Let's go to bed.
Let's try and conserve our energy. I'm sure things will melt in the morning and the power will come back on.
Right? But, surely.
Yeah, me and Minsaw were like, we're not gonna go home and drive in this.
No.
Me and Minsaw head up. We're like, well, we'll sleep in Isabel's bed, and everyone will go to bed. But
first,
Laura,
we gotta deal with the alarm that's still going off in my room.
You can't sleep with that going off.
That's annoying. I can't sleep like that. And y'all can't sleep either because it was kind of loud. So we were like, okay, let's go to my room. Let's have 4 people work on this one fire alarm and try to figure out how to turn it off. And so, oh my gosh.
Oh. So our friend group, this is kind of an old reference, but I would make this reference sometimes. We would, but I would start it because my mom watched this show. I started this reference, and then me and you would say it all the time.
I'm pulling from the SNL skit. Because I would say,
MacGruber?
Yes.
Oh.
Girl, I've been a MacGruber scam since forever.
I feel like I started because...
I don't know,
man.
I don't know.
My mom genuinely watched MacGyver.
And I genuinely watched MacGruber.
I'm a genuine MacGruber stan.
So...
Okay, well anyways, both of us mutually had this bit where Laura and I, if we had to shittily, like, fix something and it, like, takes probably no brain power at all, we would, sarcastically or, like, ironically be like, oh yeah, we MacGyvered the hell out of this.
MacGyvered the shit out of this. And sometimes we did. It was awesome.
And sometimes we genuinely were, making some cool, shitty rigs and stuff.
Yeah, we love that.
But if you haven't seen the show, MacGyver is about this, like, I don't even know what the fuck he does.
He does something.
He does something with the military.
His main job is to just make things out of nothing. That's his whole thing.
The premise of each episode is that someone's in danger and he basically, like, makes a bomb or, like, makes some sort of, like, freezer escape thing.
Yeah.
He just, like, he invents something on the fly to solve whatever problem it is.
Out of, like, bobby pins and duct tape.
And all the science he knows.
And, like, a light bulb. And then all of a sudden he can make anything.
Yeah. So basically... We'd joke around. We'd say, "Oh, we MacGyvered the shit out of this."
Yeah. And we did. It was awesome.
And it would sometimes be awesome. Sometimes
it didn't work. So I am standing on my desk chair, and my desk chair is cushioned, so it doesn't have like a pole in the middle of the chair. It's like so I sink in a little bit. So
you're barely reaching the fire alarm.
I'm reaching. I'm on my tippy toes on this chair. I'm pressing the buttons.
Pitch black, dark.
Yeah, I have my phone right there. I'm pressing buttons. I don't know what I'm pressing. I'm just like, please stop. Please stop.
We're so tired, and we're in such a perilous situation.
Mm-hmm. Our energy went from like 100 to 0 in 10 minutes. It was crazy. So I'm trying to press buttons, and it kind of works. It goes from an alarm to like just really annoying screech.
A quiet scream.
It was quiet scream. It was so frustrating. And I'm like, okay, let me try to tape.
Well, we tried different. Well, what we're thinking is, the only thing that would make the screaming stop is if you continuously held the button down.
Yes, if I held a button down, it would
stop.
So I was thinking, okay, what I need to do is put something with enough pressure to get the button to continuously press down and like duct tape it so that way it can stay that way
and can be continuously pressed.
So I'm thinking, okay, I know what to do. I grab some cotton balls and I squish them together so they're more dense.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm going to put the cotton balls on the button, and I have like 3 cotton balls up there, okay? And I'm pressing. I'm like, okay, cool, it's working. And I'm like,
and then
okay.
You duct tape them real tight.
No, I didn't duct tape them for some reason. Oh. I just held them there, and I was like, okay, I need something to push into the
cotton balls.
The cotton balls.
To continue to press the button.
Oh no, I did duct tape them tight. duct tape them tight. And then I was like, and it didn't work. But I was like, okay, I'm on the right track. So I'm like, okay, I need something like kind of hard and flat to like press against the cotton balls, so that way they'll press the button to stop the screaming. And in my head, the logistics worked out.
In my head, it worked. It was a flawless plan.
And so I'm like, I know what I'll use. I look around, I find, because I'm like, it has to be small enough
that I can tape
it to the ceiling. And also by this time we had unscrewed the smoke detector.
And it was hanging by its wires.
It was hanging by 3 wires. And I'm like, okay, it needs to be light enough that it can hang from the wires, but flat and hard enough
that it will continue to press the button.
So what's the answer?
Scream will stop.
What's the answer here to tape to the smoke detector? Huh? It's deodorant. I find my clinical
strength.
My clinical strength deodorant.
Secret deodorant.
And I'm like, I know what to do. So I take the only duct tape that I have, which is blue Hawaiian tape.
Blue and white Hawaiian flower tape.
And I tear off a few pieces. I'm like,
watch this.
I press that deodorant into the cotton balls. I tape it on real tight, real nice. And it didn't stop.
And Laura, she clumbered down from her plush work chair, and she just looked at me, and she just kind of gestured generally upward in the dark and said, I'm gonna MacGyver the shit out of that. And I said, Laura, you duct tape deodorant to your ceiling in an emergency.
Instructions unclear. Deodorant on the ceiling.
Like, it was like on paper, like that, like Valentine's Day had begun. It was after midnight.
Yeah.
What had we accomplished? A bunch of single ladies had duct taped deodorant to the ceiling.
Mission accomplished.
And I had been trying to explain to y'all. I was like, broom. Like, just take a broom and then prop it on top of a chair and it will continuously press the button. But by then, it come off the wall and it was on wires and that didn't work.
No.
And anyways, it was
the worst. And so I was like, well, you know what?
The deodorant and the cotton balls were at least muffling the quiet scream.
It was muffling. And I was like, you know what? At this point, I'm mad. I'm exhausted. The MacGyvering didn't work. Would you believe?
I'm MacGyvering the shit out of that.
No,
you didn't, Laura. You just duct taped deodorant to your ceiling.
And I'm like, well, let's just go to bed. So we're exhausted.
Well, I think actually what made it funnier is as you were taping it, you said, I'm MacGyvering the shit out. Like, before you knew it would, like, if it worked, you said, I'm MacGyvering the shit out of this.
Yeah.
And I said, Laura, you're duct taping deodorant to your ceiling.
And I'm like, shh, let the master work. let me cook.
Let her cook.
And I cooked up nothing.
Clinical deodorant.
My clinical strength deodorant. Guys, walking on campus in like Austin, Texas. It's sweaty. I'm hot in there, man.
Clinical strength. I wonder why we're single. I ask. I
gotta double.
I think that was also like.
Yeah, that was
the through line of that evening was why are we single?
That was very funny.
And yeah, if this evening was on paper, it'd be very obvious as to why we're all single.
But looking back at him, like, nah, there's no way.
I'm a catch.
I'm like, who want me?
It was very much an evening of who want me.
And then all the other girls going, me! And we're like, yeah. And so we finally go to sleep. We're like, this isn't getting any better. Let's just go to sleep. Yeah. And because we're cold at this point. At this point, it's actually getting really chilly.
The temperature is dropping fast in that house.
And I remember our thermometer, like our thermostat in the house.
Thermostat in your house would show the temperature.
And I think at that point it was like 65.
Yeah.
It was getting cold. And I slept with Minsa in my... No,
you slept by yourself because no one wanted to sleep in your room.
No, Minsa slept with me, I think.
No, Minsa slept with me.
Someone slept with me, I swear.
Who was in your bed, girl? Who was in your bed?
I don't remember, but I think...
Oh, you know what it was? I went and slept by myself in Isabel's room, and Minsa ditched you because she couldn't take the quiet screaming.
I thought someone slept in my bed. I could have sworn Minsa... I swear Minsa slept in my bed.
I woke up next to Minsa.
Oh, so she left. Oh, because she did. She started in my bed and she went to yours.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yes,
because I remember handle the quiet
she gave me because she worked at Parachute. She used to work at Parachute, which is like a bedding company, and she got pillows there for free. And because if people return things, you can't sell them anymore. So you just if you work there, you get stuff for free. And one of them was a down pillow. You're sitting right next to it.
It's so plush.
It's very nice. But the thing is, I don't know why, but down is a really good like noise blocker. So I put that over my ear. I couldn't hear a thing. I slept like a baby. It was awesome. Like even now, if I can't sleep, I'm out. So anyway, I put the down pillow on my head, slept like a queen, okay?
With deodorant and duct tape hanging from your ceiling.
And cotton balls.
Quietly screaming.
And the whole smoke detector holding on by like one wire at this point.
Just dangling.
And yeah, sleep like a queen, wake up, it's freezing.
The house is fucking cold.
And that's part 1.
Well, do you remember what the temperature was in the morning?
House was 42 degrees, I think. 43 degrees. Because it was at this point like 10 degrees outside.
I mean, could y'all like see your breath in the house?
I could see my breath in the house. Like I woke up and I could be like,
yeah.
That's not normal.
Yeah, it's bad.
It was bad.
It's go time.
So
we're gonna stop there.
That's part 1 of the winter storm.
Part 1 of winter storm shenanigans.
And we'll see you next week, I guess.
Yeah.
If you really like this episode, even if you didn't really like this episode, if you could still just rate it 5 stars, we'd really appreciate it. That'd be really helpful to us. If you could write a review about it, we would love it. It would be really, really nice. And then also, if you could share this with your friends, your family, your dogs, Spotify account, I don't know, man. Like, just send this everywhere. That'd be awesome.
Much appreciated.
But yeah, come back next week for part 2 of Winter Storm.
The Winter Storm.
See y'all later. Bye.
Love y'all.
Love you. Mwah!